With Deadpool and Wolverine coming soon, I wanted to talk about my favorite X-Men character. The 5'3" Canadian smelly guy with metal sticks coming out of his knuckles. I know. The most basic choice, but you can't blame me. He's so cool. I remember when I was a kid and I would always stick the pencils between my knuckles and pretend I was Wolverine. We all did that. Come on now. Wolverine was my introduction to the X-Men, so he will always be my favorite. Not only does he look cool, but he's probably one of the most traumatic characters ever in the Marvel Universe. Which is why I wanted to deep dive into one of his most iconic stories ever. The story that changed Wolverine forever. The 4-issue run, Wolverine, written by Chris Claremont and artist Frank Miller. How this Wolverine run came to be was when Chris Claremont and Frank Miller were on a little field trip. Chris was talking about Wolverine and offering Frank an opportunity to work on the solo title with him. At first, Frank wasn't impressed about Wolverine. Wolverine at the time was a psycho man who would attack anything his way, his friends or foes. But then, the idea popped up that what if Wolverine was like a failed samurai? Samurai were all about following their code, their sense of honor. They are always in control, compared to Wolverine, who is always out of control, full of rage. This idea would impress Frank, and they basically would start cooking. Chris and Frank would talk about hours on end about who Wolverine is and what they wanted to showcase about him. Their goal was moving away from being the static character he was and to being a man who learns what it means to be better. The first issue would drop September 10th, 1982, with the iconic cover of Wolverine with his claws in front of his face, smiling. The story takes place in Japan, where Wolverine is visiting to check up on Mariko, the love of his life. Oh my gosh, another love interest other than Jean. News would break out that Mariko was actually married, so he decided to check out on the situation. After finding Mariko, she told him that she had to marry in order to honor the family because her father Shigen had returned. Wolverine was knocked out and would be face to face with Shigen. Shigen challenged Logan to a duel and he would accept. Unfortunately, Logan would get his butt whooped real bad, because not only he lost the battle, but he also lost the love of his life. After getting tossed in the streets, he would be saved by Yukio, an assassin. Yukio turned out to actually be a double agent for Shigen. Shigen wanted Yukio to take down a rival crime lord and Wolverine. She would trick Logan into helping her take down the crime lord. When they arrived at their target, Mariko and her husband were at the location too. Assassins launched an attack on Mariko, but Logan would intervene. Feeling overwhelmed by the ninjas, he would unleash his berserker rage on them. Unfortunately, Mariko was watching the whole thing, feeling disappointed that her father was right. Logan was an animal. She would run away from him, and Logan would be at his lowest point. Bro really went out like Mordecai from Regular Show. He went out to bars, drinking and partying with Yukio. What is Wolverine's story without a bar? His friend Asano, a spy, tried to warn Logan about the Shingen crime uprising, but he was like, meh, not my problem, so buzz off. From all the drinking, Logan blacked out on the train track. When he woke up, he headed back to his apartment where he saw his friend Asano dead with Yukio nearby. She had just killed his best friend, and this is the moment he figured out that Yukio was working with Shigen. Logan would chase her down to the end of the earth until they were ambushed by the Hand, the ninja crime organization. After Logan defeated them, Yukio would escape. At this moment, this is when Wolverine has an epiphany. He sees himself tearing everything he sees because that is who he is. That is his nature. But through Mariko, he wants to be able to change, to be better, to have honor. He had lost himself, and he realized it's not about winning or losing, but about trying anyway. An animal knows what it is and accepts it. A man may know what he is, but he questions, he dreams, he strives, changes, grows. Wolverine realizes that he's not an animal. He is a man. He then started to lock in and take down Shingen's criminal empire. With the assistance of Yukio, Logan was able to save Mariko. He then went on to face Shingen head to head. The battle is so much different as he is in more control of himself now. Logan would take him down and Mariko would claim the title as the head of the family. I want to highlight this panel right here because it just looks so awesome how his eyes are red when killing Shingen, showing the animal is still inside of him, but it's now contained. Logan and Mariko would fall in love again, wanting to be wed. What a good ending. This probably won't get ruined in any shape or form, right? Oh. This story is iconic for many reasons. To start off, Frank Miller's art is at his peak in this book. As we know, his current art is not the same as it used to be, but at his peak, it was really good. The action sequences were perfect and it looked like it came right out of a movie. The way the characters flow and the different angles made the story so flawless. You can see how much he shows Wolverine in the dark and him struggling with his inner animal. Seeing Frank Miller's art at its peak is such a delight to see. And the writing for the story changed everything for Wolverine's character. Like what Chris Claremont said, Wolverine was a very static character. He was all about the slashing and bashing whatever he sees coming. He was all edge with no control. But in this story, we see Wolverine as the failed samurai that Chris and Frank described him as. Wolverine needs to learn to control himself, to be a better person and be open for change. His natural instinct, the animal side of him, can't take control. He loses that part of what makes him a man. To me, Wolverine is all about finding the inner peace within yourself. Wolverine has been through so much in his life, whether it's memory loss or losing redheads, he's always willing to try to be better. Yeah, Wolverine can come off as rude and snarky, but at his deepest core, he wants to be good. That is why joining the X-Men is such a good change for him. Without them, he would still be stuck in place. He would not be able to find the peace that he was looking for. The X-Men to him is his family, and it's what drives him to his core to be a hero. That is why he's the best X-Men character. But this story showed what it means to be human. Life throws the worst at us, but we can overcome any challenges. As long as we continue to fight, it doesn't matter if we win or lose. Wolverine continues to be one of the most popular Marvel characters, literally known as the guts of the Marvel Universe. Been through it all, but yet Logan is still standing. And that's what appeals to me about his character the most. His indomitable spirit to withstand anything that comes to take him down, trying to be a better man. An X-Men. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I just realized we just hit over 50 subscribers. Wow. I never thought I would actually reach it this far, this quickly too. I kind of started like 4 months ago, so really surprised I got here so fast. I know I haven't been really uploading a lot of videos as of late. I'm sorry for that. A lot of stuff happened between back then and now, but I'm going to try to consistently post more videos over time. Life is going to get busier during the fall, winter, all that stuff, but I'm going to try to push through as much videos as I can. But I just want to thank you guys for liking, commenting, sharing the videos, and subscribing, of course. I just want to thank all my followers for getting me this far, and let's hope we grow more together. So thank you guys so much.